So studying is a technique you should have, right? When you're learning something new. So there are plenty of ways to study. Do you like to read? Right. So if you like reading, then you could use that skill to study, right? If you like reading it. If you like to listen to music or watch TV, then you could use it to study too, right? Yeah. Instead of writing notes on your notebook, you could listen to the people around you. That's easier for you, right? So now, memorizing is what? Do you know the meaning? What does it mean? If you can remember what you ate yesterday or today, then it's a good sign, right? So, memorization is memorizing. To memorize, memorization, to have a good memory. Those three words are connected, right? A verb and a noun and a pronoun, right? So, memorization is easy. So, do you know how to memorize information? How do you memorize it? So, if you're trying to memorize something, the easiest way is to not take notes. You just listen to it over and 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 again. Keep listening to it until it gets into your head. Yeah, that's the easiest way. If you write notes, then it's good. If you write notes but you never open your notebook the next day, then what's the point of writing it down, Do you like writing things down? But then you have to remember to open your notebook. Do you read your notebook the next day? Right? So memorizing has two different techniques. The first one is to read it, and then you take notes. And the second one is to listen to it, but you don't take notes. You just listen to it. So which one is easier? You know what? Let's do a little bit of exercise. You don't take notes. I'll tell you 5 different words, but you have to remember it in order, in the right order. But I can remember it because I memorize everything I hear. So the first word is, you have to remember it. You don't take notes. Is dog. The second word is cat. The next word is pet. And the fourth word is eat. And the last word is jump. So, now you tell me what words you heard. But in order to memorize something, you have to remember it in order. If you do, you don't mess it up, right? So you should be able to remember your school schedule. Like if you have, well, how many subjects do you have? That means you could write it down like this, right? So there are 5 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are called the active days. Active days. On these days, you study and you memorize things, right? So on the weekend, well, in order to have a good memory, you take one day off. So on Sunday, you don't do anything that's related to school. You don't do anything on Sunday. You should try to do something that's not related to school, like cleaning your room or going out with your friends or doing something different that's not related to school, right? So this is called destructive activities. Destructive activities. So destructive activities are those things that you do. It's not related to something that you do every day. So what do you think? What do you do that's not related to school? So those are very important. Usually on Sundays, don't do anything that's boring. Do something that's fun and stuff, right? That's my recommendation. So what do you see here? Well, if you see a lot of books with different names, different subjects, then you call it stack of books. Of books. You go to the library, and then you ask the librarian. You could say, like, can I have a math book? Can I have an English book? Can I have a science book? And then you could say, can I have a stack of books? Right? So it's often like more than one books. Like 2 books, 3 books, 4, 5. Those are called stack of books. Right? So if you just want one book, then you could say, can I have a book? Got it? Well, it's easy. Grammar is very important. So mind mapping is, what do you think this is? Any ideas? It's a technique of studying. It's a technique. So mind mapping is if you learn a word, but you try to connect it with other things, right? It's like a game. So it's easy. Well, the first word is study. Do you know any other words that is similar to the word study? To revise, to go over, to, well, a lot of words, right? So you gotta make a list. Go over. It means to practice something over and over again. It means to go over, right? If someone tells you, one of your friends would say, oh, let's go over some math problems. It means let's go practice some math problems. Got it? So the next word is, do you remember any other words? To practice. Do you know the meaning? What does it mean? To go over, to practice, to study, to revise. All of these words mean the same thing, similar, right? So these are called mind mapping. They are connected with each other in some ways or something, right? Yep, they have connections. So let's think about some other words. Let's see. So the word eat. Eat. Do you have any other words that has the same meaning? There's one word. It means to have, right? So they are the same words. It has the same meanings. Right? You go to the food court and you say, can I have a piece of cake? Right? Yeah, to have, to eat, the same words. Got it? So these are called mind mapping. Very easy. Right. So what do you see here? So what color are they? With different colors. Well, if you see 2 colors, 2 different colors, then you say multicolors. Right? Multi means the number 2. Multicolor. Triple color, 3 different colors. Quata means 4. Right? Anyways, so to understand means to know something at a very deep level. To know something. Right? So, now, well, you spell the words and we're going to play a game. It means, well, let's say that you have one word, but you use the last letter of that one word to make another word. Do you know the game? So this one's easy. It's supposed to work on your head. Right? So the word is to eat, but you have to use the last word, the letter, right, to make another word. So the next word can be to talk. Right? And then you use the last letter of each word. So the next word can be to be kind. Right? And the next word can be what? Dog. Right? Easy, right? So let's play the game. So you write the names on the
Let's have a
word.
try.
So what's the first word? Hey, that's a funny word. Right. So now let's try to use all of these words in one sentence. Right? Can we do it? You gotta make a connection. Connect everything. So, how do you make a sentence out of all these words? What do you think? So, it means making connections in your head. It means mind mapping. It's very easy, right? Well, sometimes it's not, but mostly it should be easy. So, the next one is you gotta use one word to talk about any story. You're gonna make a story out of one word. It can be anything, right? So, this word is acting. Acting. So, you're gonna use this one word, acting. Or you could say, if you want to use it in a good way, that you could say, well, I was watching a movie yesterday night and there was a good actress and she had a good acting skill. Right? She was outstanding. Oops. In a good way. So you could say acting in two different words. Right? Number one, number two. Number one can be positive in a good way. Number two can be negative. Right? In a bad way. So, next word is, you gotta give me one word, and I will try to make a story out of it. It's your turn. Or you could say, I had a mundane day. It was so boring that I didn't do anything useful. You could say, I went to school and I studied and I came home, did my homework, and then I went to bed. Nothing special. So it was a mundane day. Yep. Because you did the same thing as you did every day. Right. Kind of boring, right? Nothing special. So, now, these are called making connections with words. It's a very easy way to do something, right? Interesting. So, now, this one is reading. So, what books do you like to read? Is there a certain genre you like to read? Well, there are different languages when you read, right? If you read the newspaper, it's not going to be like a storybook. Because the language that they use is very academic. Have you noticed the difference? No? Like the words you use on the newspaper is not going to be on the storybook you read. They're kind of different, right? So, if you're reading a storybook, they use very easy words, like very easy, simple words to describe the story. Right? And that's a difference. So, now, this one is, what do you see? This is called keyword memorization. Keyword means when you, well, study something, and then it's about what? The history of, what? Making pizza? Where does pizza come from? Do you know the answer? Yes, the keyword is dough, right? Because people use it to make pizza. So that can be the main word, right? Without the dough, the pizza is not going to be there. So if you cannot use the word tomato, right? Because if you think about tomato, the pizza doesn't come on to your mind, right? Right? So you get the point? Because tomato can be anything. But if you think about the dough, you'll be like, pizza. Right? You'll be like, oh, that pizza. So then you think about what type of pizza you like to eat. What's your favorite type? So that means it's a keyword, right? You think about only one word and then you think about the other words. related to that one word. Dough, it's pizza. Italy, it's pizza. Well, pizza comes from the country called Italy, right? So, where does dumpling come from? Which country is it from? It's from China. Dumpling is from China, right? So, they make it, right? So you could talk about it in any other different ways. You should be able to memorize it, remember it, right? So these are all the words you should know. These are keywords that you should use to describe something easy, right? So, can you read it? Oh, the first thing you should do is, your question must be, why am I studying? Right? You should find the answer to this question first before you even start reading those books. Right? So, why are you studying? What do you think? Let's say that you have a test on Monday. What are you going to do? Because you have a test, right? Well, you could have one reason to study. Got it? Easy. So, now, these are all the words you should know. The first word is fundamental. Fundamental means something that's very easy, right? Something that's easy. So, easy means something that's easy to do, right? So you could say studying is a fundamental part of learning something new, right? Easy. Or something that's important to you, right? It means fundamental. Got it? So, to think and write down all the necessary things. To think means when you think about it in your head and then you write it down. Is that something you do? Always. You do it every day. Got it? Easy. So, now, the next word is recommended. Recommend. Recommend. Can you see it? Recommend means to tell something or someone to do something different. Give them a new idea. Feel like, let's say that you're going to the mall with your friend or to the store with your friend, and your friend is like, if you had like two different, pencil case. This is the first one, right? And we're like, oh, here's a nice picture. And then you have the different one. You could say, do you want a blue one? And the friend would say, your friend is going to be like, you should get a pink one. Because the pink one is nice, right? So she's recommending you to get a different pencil case because it looks nice. Got it? So she's just giving you a new idea. So then you say, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. I love everything that's blue. Then you could say, let's get the yellow. You give your idea to your friend, right? A new idea. Then your friend would say, okay, let's get a yellow pencil case. Right? That's what happens. So the next word is instructions. Do you know what this means? Well, I have a dog, right? Well, let's say that I'm reading a book in my space, in my room. And then my dog is like always getting in my way, be like, hello, can I have some food? Oh my God. And he's jumping onto me. He's going like, can I have some candy? Can I have some food? And then can I have your book? And then he starts licking my book. That can be a distraction, right? Be like, I'm trying to read something. And then my dog is like, can I have your book? And I say no. And then run away with my book. Right? Now that can be a distraction, kind of. So, what can be a distraction for you? Can you give me anything funny? Maybe if you're trying to do something and then the other person starts annoying you, this is called a distraction. Right? Yeah, that's how you can describe this word. So, the next word is eliminate. 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 Well, eliminate means to get rid of something you don't need or you don't have to have it, right? Well, it means to get rid of something you don't need. So the question is, let's say that you have a question on math, right? Like a math problem. And, oh my God, what's going on here? Okay, let's change it. So the question is, what is 22 plus 45? And this is the question, and you have a bunch of answers. First answer is 100. The second answer is 200. And then the last answer is C is the right answer, right? So, what is 22 plus 45? Oh, so the last answer is 67. So, then you think about all the possible answers, right? A, B, and C. You probably know 200 is not even close, right? And you eliminate it. You just cross it out because you just know it's not right. So you eliminate it. You get rid of this answer. You're not going to choose it, right? Oops, no. And then you think about, okay, A is not there, but it's too high, so you don't need this answer, right? It's too much. And you choose the answer C because it's the right one. Got it? Yeah, easy, right? You just eliminate it. Eliminate means to cross out something that's not even related, something you don't need, right? So, that's the meaning. Easy, right? So, the next word is short term. Short term. What does it mean? So, short term means something that happens in a very short amount of time, right? Let's say that you have a test on Monday, you study for it, and you don't study for that test forever, not for the whole year, right? No way. So you study for a while and you take the test and it's all over. You get over it, right? So that's a short-term thing. You don't do it all day long or all year long, right? It just happens like in a few days or so. Got it? So it's short-term. Right. So these are all the necessary words you should know. Easy. So is there any words you don't understand? You gotta circle it. Any words? All of them is easy, right? Oh yeah. Easy. So this is a schedule. You have bunch of subjects and bunch of things you do every single day. Or you could say this is a timetable. Timetable. So timetable is you have your school subjects, but they have different times, right? Yeah, this is a schedule and a timetable. So now you got to use the board to draw your schedule. What your schedule is. What does it look like? What you have in a week. Yeah. So in order to study well, you got to find out if you're good at listening or good at reading. You got to choose one of them. If you're good at listening, then you can use your listening skills to study. You don't have to read everything, you know. Like, you just have to make things easy for you. You don't have to work hard. You got to work smart. Got it? Yeah. Studying is not like studying all day long. You don't have to do it every single night. That's too much work, don't you think? Right? So, how many hours do you study in a day? So, let's say that you have a bunch of subjects. Let's say that you had 3 subjects, 3 homeworks, right? You can say the first one is probably math, because why not? You like it. I like it. And the second one is English. Oops. And then the last one is, Chinese or something. Right? Chinese. So, now, you gotta find out how much time you spend doing your homework. right? For math, how much time do you spend? So then you think about how many hours you do certain things. You're going to kind of do the math, right? 1 hour here. Well, 1 hour. And how about English? How long is it going to take you? If it only takes you another hour, then you say 1 hour. And if that Chinese is easy for you, then you say, how long do you spend on Chinese? So that way you can manage your time. You don't have to study all day long. Hell no. You're going to have to make it fun, right? In total, you study for 3 hours a day, probably doing your homework or doing something but related to school. 3 hours of your day is gone on studying. Got it? Right. So that's what you should do. Easy, right? Make it easy for you. Do you have any questions? Well, make it easy for you. Don't have to study every day. Just make it easy. Oh, see you soon. Have a nice day. See you.